Welcome back, everybody, to Tactics Ogre Advance. Hooray! We've reached Bode Fortress, which, if I remember correctly, was early in the neutral playthrough, and is now late in the chaos playthrough.
Our work is done, Oz. We withdraw.
What about the Abuna?
They led him away just now, quiet as a church mouse.
Yeah, I have that effect on people, don't I?
So it
Folks.
would seem. Come. We've tarried long enough.
We must remove any trace we were here. You, put the torch to this place. While you're at it, make certain we left no survivors.
So you'll notice that one sister is not here.
Late. Ah, I've drunk my fill of these Wallister dregs. A Dark Knight's work is never done.
Oz. I don't remember if he had these lines in the neutral playthrough or not. But Oz is a bit of a masochist? Sadist. There it is. And he talks about how much enjoyment he gets out of torturing people. You know, slipping hot nails under their nail. You know, hot spikes under people's nails and cutting out their tongues and eyes and ears and nose. Disfigure them. He's very disgusting, I'm not gonna lie. However, this time around, we're going to, I'm not gonna say trounce him, but we've got the advantage over him in terms of attack, defense, and access to special characters like Denim. So, yeah. I'm going to, we're gonna put the sword to him. Gonna play around with some of the Dark Knights first. Not that you have to, but I just think they're gonna get in my way. And then eventually we'll focus down on him, and that'll be the end of him. So, nice part about this version is I believe, is it Sherry? I get the sisters confused. I'm sorry. There's Olivia, who's the one that I always seem to remember because she's different than the other sisters. Then you have, what is it, Sherry? I don't know. Anywho, you don't have to protect the one sister in this battle because she is not, unlike the neutral playthrough, she's not a character that you have to keep alive, but rather you'll get at the end of this battle regardless. Well, I shouldn't say regardless. As long as you get to the end of this battle and you win, you'll get her as a recruitable character. Okay? I was, been cleaning my house slowly but surely. Not that my house is a big mess or anything, it's just, you know, there's a lot to do. At the same time, I could probably get it all done in a single day if I wanted to. Well, most of it anyways. You know, the normal household chore stuff is easy to do. You know, vacuum, dust, do your laundry, wash your dishes, clean your bathtub. You know, you could do these on some, I include dishes in there. I want to say you can do these on a weekly basis, but you're going to want to probably wash your dishes on a daily, if not every other day basis at the very worst, just because food, water, stuff, you don't want that building up any longer than a day. But there's some outside projects I want to look at doing, and I don't know what to do with them because I don't have the knowledge. Example. I've got a set of wood stairs that lead up to my front door. I want to stain or paint that deck, but I don't know which is the preferred method. Staining. Okay, so let's put it this way. Staining is better than painting because once you've stained your deck, it's stained, and you just have to reinforce it with some waterproofing every couple years. But you have to keep reinforcing it, whereas paint tends to last longer and coats over the wood. But there's a better chance that starts to crack, and you have to not only take the paint off, shave the paint off, but repaint it. So if the paint sticks, paint stays on the deck, or on the wood, the paint's the better choice, I think, knowing nothing. But if you stain the deck, the stain's not going to crack and crumble off, but you'll have to do it again in 2 years, or 3 years, or something like that. I don't know. Unrelated to that, trying to get myself readjusted to the not working thing, because previously I would get up, go to work, and I would be there for 9 hours because we would get an unpaid lunch, so I was there for 9 hours. Then I would come home after dropping off my coworker, which sometimes took another hour because he was slow leaving work, and sometimes he'd want to stop and get food first. So then in the evening I would have about 3 to 5 hours. Well, technically I'd have somewhere in the ballpark about 3 to 6 hours. Would it be 1, 2, 3, 4 to... I'd have about 6 hours left, okay, from the time my work ended at 5 to when I need to go to bed to get 8 hours of sleep, which would be 11, okay? So, got 6 hours to do whatever. I spend some of that time driving my coworker home, making myself dinner, eating it, relaxing, recording some videos like this.
Your ears or your nose? What? Our meeting can be no coincidence. You must have a spy in Vidok. How else would you know to come here? I should take you alive and have the names of your whisperers.
I would never betray my men.
No, I think not. You enjoy playing the martyr too much, so I ask you, which shall I cut off first? Your ears or your nose? Oh, we'll see how tight-lipped and stoic you are under the knife, boy.
So just a quick side note before I continue my story. If you have Hector, who is the pillar of honorable goodness, Oz is the exact opposite. He is the epitome of overprivileged, evil. Let me drown this cat in the river just to see it, just so I can watch it die. Sort of evil. That I'm not sure there's anyone else in this game truly that evil. There are people that are driven to power. They do their things because they want more power, they want more strength, whatever. But those people don't necessarily torture kittens. This guy very much is the in terms of, you were talking about society, he would be the dregs of society. He would be your psychopath, serial killer, but because he is part of the nobility or the knighthood, he can get away with it as a form of justice against his enemy. So I was mentioned, I'm trying to get used to the not working thing because I spent most of my days, 5 days of the week working, and I would spend, from the time I would leave the house to the time I would get back to the house, somewhere in the ballpark of about 11 hours. I'd be away from my house. And then, I would come home, make dinner, whatever that meant. And usually for me, it's not much. It's not like actually sitting down and making food because there's only me. So it's usually something quick and easy that I can whip together in a moment and have ready for when I get home. And then I'd sit down, like I said, record videos, watch some television, do some laundry, get a bath, go to bed. And that would be my day, and now my day is a lot less scheduled, if you will. I get up, but I don't have to get up at 7 anymore. I don't have to be at work and make sure I have food for work and, lunch, that is, and then come home and then worry about making dinner, and just sort of fitting everything I want to do in at the end of the day. Now I have an abundance of time, and I don't know what to do with all of my abundance of time because I'm so used to having my day more or less scheduled out that I have free time to think about, like, well, what do you want to stain your deck? Do you want to paint your deck? When are you going to do that? You can do that at any time. I could do that, provided there's no pre-steps, which I'm sure there's going to be some pre-steps like sanding or what's that one called? Pressure washing that I could do, that I should do before staining or painting my deck. Okay, great. I understand that costs money, which, when you're unemployed, you don't really want to spend money. But I'm thinking, without, again, knowing, I should be able to, it's sort of like a little project to do. I could probably do this, since I keep putting it off while I'm unemployed. So that, if I do get a job in a week, a month, etc., I'll have already gotten all of the quote-unquote outside jobs done, You could say, well, why don't you do that on the weekend? I could do it on the weekend, but a lot of my weekends are filled with helping out, my parents, their house.
Tooth or nail? A pin beneath a nail can be excruciating, and often this alone is enough to break a lesser man. But the next part is truly delicious. Simply apply flame to the end of the pin.
Enough! We have no interest in such cruelty.
Oh, a tooth man, are you? It's all the rage on the continent.
I want to hear nothing of tooth, nail, or all the rest.
Pity. I'll just have to kill you then. And simple butchery is such a bore. But to torture a man within a hair's breadth of his life, now there's a thing of beauty. There's no man that can hold out forever. And once the tears start to flow, the begging is never far behind. Honor and dignity are as nothing in the face of agony. How long will you endure?
You're inhuman.
Exactly. He's the kind of human being, if you can call, again, when we talk about this type of behavior, it's inhuman, it's beastly, it's ghastly, it's it's uncivilized, it's whatever word you want to use. But he's the kind of person, animal, thing that if we're talking about animals, okay, like dogs and such, and a dog possesses an aggressive nature, oftentimes that animal will get put down because it is too aggressive to tame. This is that kind of person that, you know, I don't know what causes it. I don't know if it is by nature or it is by nurture that people like this exist, if it is some sort of twisted thing that happens that, other people are able to shrug off or suppress or whatever it is. But there's a certain kind of person that you push too far and they cannot deal with it mentally. And that doesn't always mean that person has, they were put upon, they were abused, but something's cracked about them and I don't understand. And it's like,
don't think you've won, boy.
And yet it's you who runs. All talk, are you?
I much prefer inflicting pain over receiving.
there it is.
And now we part.
So unlike the neutral playthrough where you kill him, he escapes in the chaos playthrough. And like I said, we're going to meet the other sister who we've already recruited, so I can't re-recruit her, obviously, but get my point. Blood dead.
Great Father, what have they done? Syria!
Syria, that's her name.
Are you all right? I'm fine. What of the others?
Why did they do this?
We freed the Abuna from Heim, brought him here.
What Abuna?
Your father, Abuna Pranset.
My father lives. Where is he?
I know not. If his body isn't among the dead, they must have taken him with them.
Why would the Dark Knights go to such lengths to recapture a single man?
They seek a woman named Mana Flora.
My father?
Only, I think they might already have found her.
What do you mean?
It's complicated.
It's complicated, but we already know the story. Mana Flora is your sister's
You're right.
true mother,
Of course.
and
Syria,
in a
you
way
should come with us.
makes her,
I'm not sure
I
that's
guess,
wise.
a heir to the throne, even though in most
Duke's
cultures that would be considered an illegitimate bastard,
Together, we can end
and would have no right to a
Too
throne
many died
unless they were
together.
legitimized by the king
Like this.
at the time.
I shall take you at your word.
Good. Now, let's be off.